There's a major faith element layered in stewarding your body because when you believe that your body is ultimately the thing that carries out your mission on earth, then you believe that like this has to be well in order to accomplish that mission. Hey guys, welcome to the Something New Show. I'm Mindy Linscomb, your host, and here we learn how to live a life worth celebrating. And today is going to be a raw episode, a little bit of my personal journey and what I've been working on right now regarding my health. So recently, people have been noticing that I have lost 30 pounds and probably look a little different if you knew me closely in person, as I have been working so diligently for months on my own personal health. But I just have to talk about it today like you are in my family room as my friends, because I think the way I'm approaching it is much different than a lot of people approach health. And so I just want to be honest with you today and real about where I've been and where I'm at. So originally, I just want to say, it starts when I turn 40, right? I'm 44 now, but I just got to say, your body feels different when you're done having children, you're in your 40s and you're working a lot. It's just harder to stay healthy. So I think I could tell you lots of stories of me trying a lot of different things, but what I really realized is it's harder than ever. And if you can relate to that, please comment in the chat, because I feel like I have been working at it in so many different ways to see what can help. And it's been really frustrating. And I think you can probably relate to those emotions. So I've decided basically how I want to approach my health is I want to steward it like I steward every other area of my life, which is intentionally, very calculated and focused. So I want to give you a reality check that in my 40s, basically, I have wondered, why are things not working like they used to? And I want to encourage you, you're not broken. I'm not broken. We're just in a new season of our bodies. And a quote that has really motivated me through this journey is, discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. And I'll just say it again, because it is something that I literally have to almost put in the forefront every time I go to a party or an activity or the kitchen. Is discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. So let me just give you some scenarios in case you might relate to this. I run 4 companies and I have 4 children and we have a nonprofit. And it is quite a lot of team members, quite a lot to juggle, and hard to find time to work out. I also struggled with having a hard time sleeping. So I don't know if I was perimenopause or if I'm perimenopause or what's going on, but I have a lot of those symptoms: hard time sleeping, headaches, sciatica pain that has just never gone away since having children. I had a lot of 9-pound, 8-pound babies. And I just would say that like those symptoms have just worsened as I've gotten older. And it's super hard to function through your day when you're lacking the energy, you're lacking the clarity, and it's hard to keep up with the pace that I do. So it's frustrating because I just wish my body would listen and do what I tell it to do, but it is keeping track of the fact that it maybe isn't rested or getting the type of support it needs from a health standpoint. So just like I wouldn't run my bridal shop without a budget, I can't run my body without a plan. And I just want you to know I spent a lot of time trying different things and deciding different things. And, I've tried gym memberships and I've had an app with workout plans. I've had, I've explored the shots. I've explored different just approaches to ways to get healthier. And ultimately, what I decided was working with a really natural health coach and dietitian was exactly what I needed for me. And I'm not here to endorse any companies today, but obviously as your friend, if you're wanting to know who has helped me, I'm happy to share. However, what I really want to say is I got super dialed into kind of resetting my hormones through extreme focused eating. And so I will tell you more about that in a minute, but after a ton of research and just kind of being like, what's right for me, I just decided for me, I wanted to go the healthy route. I think many of you guys know my son had cancer years ago. And so since then, my husband and I have been really dialed into like, how can we solve things naturally as much as possible? Looking for the perfect vacation spot to disconnect from everything, put your feet in the softest sand, and enjoy a fresh, renovated 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse right on the beach in my favorite place in the world? Well, 30A is situated in the panhandle of Florida, and I'd love for you to check out Something Blue 30A on Instagram and make it the perfect place for your next vacation. Also, I will tell you there's a major faith element layered in stewarding your body, because when you believe that your body is ultimately the thing that carries out your mission on earth, then you believe that like this has to be well in order to accomplish that mission. And a lot of times people say you can have 1,000 problems until you have a health problem, and then you only have one problem. And so I guess where I'm at is I'm trying to prevent the thousands of problems getting stopped, from the mission I'm here on earth for, to just have to focus on health, because if I can keep myself healthy, I can accomplish those missions. And so it's a real serious commitment to me, because I feel like we are on earth for a purpose. We were created for a purpose. And currently I'm in a season with 4 little purposes that I'm here to love on and encourage and help them launch into the world. And I can only help them if I'm healthy. And so this isn't a moment to make anybody feel bad that isn't prioritizing their health, because I've had seasons where I didn't. But I am definitely in a season where I am so dialed in to what it means to be healthy and how it looks to manage my feelings and choose what I want to be one day versus what's convenient right now, so that I can be alive and well when my kids have children and great grandchildren, and I can be there for the long haul to have those moments with them. So it's not about perfection, but it's about progress over time for me. And I will just tell you, it's been years of really working on these things to finally figure out, okay, I have to be more strict than maybe other people. It doesn't come as easily for me. My whole life has been a challenge to be healthy, but I will just tell you, like, this is the time I've decided, hey, I'm on the second half of my life now. Like, I've turned a corner and I have to decide, and I'm the only one that can control what my health outcomes turn out to be. So I want to just remind you guys, it's a mental battle 100%. The hardest part is not actually physical. It's pushing through discouragement when the results are really slow. I will just tell you, it's not like I'm trying to get back to 25 years old. It's about being strong and healthy for my future self. So you just have to be completely disciplined in this area and not just disciplined in the other areas, because to me, this was kind of the last area that I wasn't really owning 100%, but I do feel like I am now. So I want to share with you guys some things that I'm doing now, and it's pretty simple, but it's crazy how if you do it, it's hard and it absolutely works. So, a quote to inspire you before I tell you what I'm doing is, small hinges swing big doors. So these little small things that I'm going to share with you that I'm doing, they are opening up big health changes for me, but they're small hinges. So here they are. First, I'm going to bed earlier than I used to. I used to go to bed at 1 a.m. every night without fail. And that's a lot to do because I had a lot of children, newborns, waking up, all the things, but now they're older. And I used to take that time to get ahead in my work, but I'm realizing I'm actually putting myself behind because I'm exhausted when I wake up in the morning and I don't have a fresh, clear mind. So I'm trying to get to bed by 10 p.m. Trying to get to bed by 10 p.m. and get an 8 hours night sleep. I know this is so simple, but again, small hinges swing big doors. The second thing I'm doing is I'm drinking 100 ounces of water daily. 100 ounces, which is a lot of water. And I'm not drinking any other beverage except for 1 cup of black coffee in the morning. So I don't even have sparkling water, which used to be my favorite beverage of choice. But I am only having 1 cup of coffee in the morning, black, which makes me so embarrassed to tell you because I love all those fancy coffee drinks, but they have been eliminated. And I'm drinking 100 ounces of water a day, 8 hours of sleep. I also, a couple years ago, I cut out all alcohol. Now, this wasn't a hard change for me because I wasn't really drinking much anyways, but I went 100%, like not even 1 glass of wine on the weekends, like no alcohol, 100%. I also currently am doing no sugar, no bread, no dairy, nothing, you guys. I basically eat 2 to 3 portions of protein a day, salt and pepper, 2 to 3 portions of veggies a day, and 2 to 3 portions of fruit a day. And so it's incredibly simple, dialed in, and calculated, but it's helping me reach my goals, which is really, really huge. I try to go on a couple walks a week, and one of my friends that is almost like an accountability partner with this, she told me she simply added dumbbells to her Zoom calls. And so she does like dumbbell weightlifting, like these little bicep curls during her Zoom calls. And I was like, that is so amazing. So I try to, like I said, get outside every day, but walk a couple times a week and then add some strength training while I am doing other things at the same time, because then I can habit stack. Another simple thing I can do is, and I do, is I have those weighted wristbands and ankle bands and vest. And so if you're around and about and you can wear those things and it's not awkward at your job, I try to wear those things because it's just another way to stack what I'm already doing with some extra weight resistance. And so again, I haven't gone like crazy hardcore necessarily with my working out. I'm active, I'm doing some strength training, but what I have found really moves the needle is being extremely dialed in with what I consume. And then the sleep and the water. Again, it's so simple, but I am incredibly thankful to be seeing these types of results. And they've taken a lot of months to get here. It's not like overnight, but I'm on this journey, you guys, and I feel so much better. So since I've started, I've slept without waking up at 3 a.m., which I used to wake up every night at 3 a.m. I've slept through the night. I haven't had headaches. I used to take Excedrin migraine pretty much every day. And you can even ask my team. They have noticed I'm not taking headache medicine anymore because I'm not fueling my system with sugar and things that just burn up quickly. I'm fueling it with real substance that helps me have energy. And so, again, I'm not here to endorse any sort of companies, but if you want to know who has helped me dial in, I'm happy to share. And I also want to just say that you don't have to have a company or a coach help you. That's just if you need the extra accountability. And in some seasons, that has been a huge blessing to me. But right now, it's just been my own personal commitment, the discipline to decide that what I want more is something that takes a long play than what I want right now. So, it's very hard to come home from my long work days and the family's having nachos or whatever. I'm like, oh, that looks amazing. But what I want most is up in the front of my mindset instead of what I want right now. And so what I want most is health, strength, clarity, energy, positivity. I want to be able to, contain my emotions in a regulatory way where I respond thoughtfully to things instead of, just reacting. And so I would just say to you, it's been a real journey. And I feel like it's finally time to talk about it because I can tell you it's working and I feel better than ever. What I'd love to say to you guys is your 40s is not a punishment. It's actually an exciting time to rebirth the habits of who you want to be. So I've loved, actually my kids, they tell me I've had a glow up, which I laugh. I'm like, okay, so you look at these pictures of mom in her 30s, you think like I look better now? And they're like, absolutely, mom, you're 15 years older, but you look so much better. I'm like, really? That's amazing. So I'll just tell you guys this. I want to ask you a question. What if you treated your body like your business or your most important client? And then what kind of care would it receive then? And I know it would get the best care. What if you treated it like you care for your children? You guys think about everything for your children, their most organic lunches, lunches and, who's taking care of them every day. And you plan out, maybe you think through the childcare in a really dialed in way to get them the best education. And I just think of so many things we prepare for our children. But in order to be awesome as moms, as wives, as business owners, or whatever we might be, we got to take care of ourselves, or we're gonna burn out. Or we're not just gonna burn out, but we're gonna have health problems, you guys, and it's absolutely serious. And I know it when my own family says to me, "Hey, mom, we just want to make sure you stay healthy and that you sustain." And so it's just been a really amazing journey to see them support me, to see my team support me, my friends, and if they really are your people, they'll encourage you in those moments that you pass on the nachos or you pass on the margarita. They will encourage you and be like, "I'm so proud of you." If they make you feel less than, then I think you need to have a talk, because you guys, we should all want the best version of our friends. We should all want the best version of ourselves. And I just want to say, like, the people in my circle have been absolutely high-fiving me, sending me text messages, being like, "Way to go." And when I'm just drinking water at a party, they're like, "I'm so proud of you." So I'm just saying, find those people. And if not, have a good conversation and tell them, "This is what I'm going for. This is why I'm doing it." And then I just want to close with an invitation. I want to invite you guys to share some of your own health stewardship principles, things that you're doing in your own lives to just make one new healthy habit a year. That is so, like, what if it's just like, I'm going to drink more water, or I'm going to get more sleep, or I'm doing these gratitude things in the morning to start my day right. I have heard so many incredible habits from you guys that I would love to hear more and extend this conversation online. So thank you guys for joining me in today's episode. And I hope to hear from you, because this year could be our healthiest year yet. And let's turn a corner so that we can be the best for our families and all the people we show up for every single day. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the show, rate, review, and share with a friend. Also, follow The Something New Show on Instagram and Facebook. If you want a fuller experience, watch the show on YouTube to help you create a life worth celebrating.